Hello and welcome to your advanced hypnosis session from hypnosisdownloads.com. You'll get the best results from your download by giving it your full attention. Please do not listen to it when you need to maintain concentration, such as when driving.
Hello and welcome to Easing Essential Tremor from hypnosisdownloads.com. My name is Mark Tyrrell and I'm a Director of Uncommon Knowledge. In order to really relax deeply in this session, you need to be sitting or lying down comfortably. And just before you begin to really relax, I'm going to talk a little about essential tremor. As I'm sure you're aware, essential tremor is a neurological phenomenon, but it can certainly be aggravated by psychological stress and also negative expectation. It may be that your hands are most affected, either when sitting still or doing some intentional activity, or both. Or it may be your legs or arms, or even neck that is affected. Or maybe some other part of you gets the shakes. You may also have noticed that it's been worse when you've been tired or stressed. In fact, any sort of physical or mental stress will tend to make the tremor worse, often creating the false impression that the tremor is psychosomatic in origin. It's typical for the tremor to worsen in performance situations, such as making out a check at a checkout in a shop. Tremor intensity can also worsen in response to fatigue, strong emotion, low blood sugar, cold, caffeine, lithium salts, and some antidepressants. So make sure that you're regularly checked out medically, and of course go easy on the coffee if you can. Sometimes, a particular activity seems to trigger the tremor. One woman I worked with found it got worse whenever she spoke on the phone, especially if she was tense about the call. Another client found that carrying her shopping basket was difficult. This session will get you extremely relaxed and also begin to recondition your unconscious movements, working towards stillness. If you think about it, there will be exceptions to your experience of tremor. Times when you just don't notice any tremor at all, when it just doesn't happen. Perhaps when you're sleeping deeply, in slow wave sleep. Or just for no discernible reason at all, it feels easier. And it will be wonderful to extend these non-tremor times. So right now you can just prepare to begin to rest and relax very deeply. As you just let your eyelids drift downwards, if they're not already resting gently closed. Aware that some of the most relaxing times ever occur when your eyes are gently closed. That's it. And the beautiful thing about this whole experience is that you don't even really have to pay too much conscious attention, because your unconscious mind can pay attention for you. You know, your unconscious mind, the part that produces spontaneous happy memories sometimes, part that creates dreams when you sleep deeply at nights, the part that regulates your immune function and body temperature, the part that does things for you outside of your conscious awareness. So your conscious mind can drift off anywhere it likes, but your unconscious can be listening all the while. That's it. So that you can relax deeply in your own time and in your own way. And sometimes, as you begin to drift into a delightful dream, you start to experience dream fragments, brief images here and there, flashes of color in your mind sometimes, like imagining now, what a blue circle might look like just for a fraction of a second in your mind as you relax deeper, or seeing in your mind's eye, just for a second or so, a bright green triangle. Just imagining what the moon looks like in your mind's eye, just for a second now, as you relax deeper. So still on a beautiful night. And you really don't have to try or try not to try to do anything at all right now. As you rest, there is a place in the world, some place that, for you, is the most beautiful place you could possibly be. The kind of place that just being there in your mind lets you feel so relaxed now. Maybe some place you've been to or would love to go to. There's that place coming to mind. And you don't even have to think of such a place now. Because sometimes, as you relax more deeply, a place just comes to mind right now. Somewhere you know, or somewhere you'd like to know. And that place would be just so gentle and healing for you. It has its own colors and sounds and textures. Maybe even a certain temperature in the air, certain sensations when you're there that allow the body and mind just to sink into such wonderful comfort. Or maybe it's a very silent place, somewhere where you can be very still and settled, breathing comfort and calm around your body. And it has its own atmosphere and sensations. Maybe like some place from long, long ago. Or like when a warm breeze brushes the skin and somehow lets you relax so much more deeply. And the sounds of this place, like in a dream, gently echo in the mind and somehow calm you down deeper now. And then you can rest so completely that it's as if every atom and cell of your physical reality is just starting to settle down now into a kind of super rest. Because you could, if you have a mind to, do nothing more than follow the gentle trace in your mind of that wonderful physical comfort as it drifts through the tiny muscles of your face and soothes its way down the muscles of your neck, bringing warmth and gentleness, and gently spreading into those shoulders right now. Every cell just starting to feel so relaxed. That's it. And how that comfort can follow its own path, like a raindrop gently sliding down the surface of a window, gliding down to bring such comfort, soothing neck and shoulders, and the muscles of the back know how to relax so fully now, almost as if you could feel every muscle in turn resting deeply now. And the arms know how to feel so wonderfully, comfortably heavy and restful. And as that comfort really begins to filter down into the hands, right through each finger, you perhaps can also be aware of the pelvis being suffused with gentle, intensely healing calm, as if increased, healthy oxygen is traveling through you, bringing such peace and comfort. And now the legs can just rest so completely in a moment or so. And perhaps you can already feel that happening right now as you rest there. You can be aware of the rest of your body and how, when you rest this deeply, your mind can wander to beautiful things, such as the moon at night, or a gentle evening sun, so still. And on a rainy afternoon, a person could really feel quite sleepy, and idly observe a little kitten begin to settle down, so playful at other times, but now beginning to feel so sleepy. And the fidgeting starts to lessen, and the breathing changes, slowing right down. And sometimes that kitten might chase its own tail, but on such a cozy, rainy afternoon, after lunch, it can just really begin to be so still, motionless, at rest. And that's the way it is. And so many beautiful, exquisite carvings have come into the world. Wondrous statues that seem as if the very breath of life has been granted them. So powerfully still and composed are they, and so strong. And it's as if, in just a moment, gliding into your mind, in a moment or so, now, you could get a sense of what such a wonderful statue might look like. Stately, strong, dignified, and so beautiful. And it can be as if, in your mind, you can walk around this statue and see it from all angles, its poise and bearing. And in just a moment or so, you can make a kind connection with this statue, as if there is some kind of spark, some kind of recognition that this statue can give you something wonderful. Stillness in motion. Like the athlete, Jesse Owens, who could run so fast, faster than anyone, and his coach would encourage him to train, running at his fastest speed, with a glass of water balanced on his head, because his coach wanted Jesse to have that magnificent stillness in movement, where not a single drop of water would spill from that glass. And you could start to notice in a moment or so that it's as if a kind of stillness capacity, like a strong yet gentle blue light, can begin to emit from that powerful statue, its rays bathing you, penetrating right through you, becoming part of you, a new capacity for stillness in movement, something you're going to start noticing in day-to-day life, thanks to this statue, just beginning to transmit to you now, like an electric light, and you can allow your body and your hands and feet to tingle a little as this new capacity for statue stillness begins to filter into you from your statue right now. And you can find that whenever you need, you can just call this statue to mind, and it's still there in your mind, even when your conscious mind forgets about it. Thinking about it when you need to, and everything becoming still. And sometimes you've watched a movie and it's you over here watching the movie on that screen over there. And into your mind, in a moment or so, can come those typical tremor times from before. But this time, you'll be able to view yourself in those types of times with that special stillness in movement, as if that statue just comes to mind when it needs to. So just now, seeing yourself so perfectly still in that special way, in those times. That's good. As you rest there, just noticing how your body has a new kind of stillness in movement. And in a moment, you can really begin to get the sense of floating, moving into this movie from your future. Feeling what it's like to be there and have this new stillness, as if your muscles and hands and legs and neck and all parts of you have become more physically definite. That's it. And you can find that when need be, that statue can come to mind. Or, if you ever need to compose yourself in a situation, you can consciously bring that magnificent statue to mind. And the more you listen regularly to this session, the more powerful and uplifting the effects are going to be. And for now, you can just begin to start to drift back to the room, feeling so restful and comfortable, yet alert. That's it. Just starting to become more aware of your surroundings again, and getting ready to open your eyes and fully awaken, and coming back to the room and open your eyes right now. Excellent. And it will be a great thing to relax to this session every day for a week or so, and then just a couple of times a week after that. And you might well like to check out other useful and associated sessions from hypnosisdownloads.com, such as Healing Power Hypnosis and Quiet Mind. My name is Mark Tyrrell of Uncommon Knowledge. Thank you for listening, and the best of luck to you.